Good morning, everyone. Jake Ballentine here, Mountaintop Motivation and Mountaintop Adventures. I'm here in cool California, about to go on American Canyon Trail. So how about you come along with me? So here we are, starting on this trail, and I'm looking forward to this. This is just something I found on alltrails.com or the All Trails app, and it's about 7:30 in the morning. And we're gonna see where this goes. I really don't know where exactly I'm going. I just wanted to find a nice hike to go on. Visiting my parents right now in their new home up in the mountains. So this is the first time up in this area. It's just gorgeous. I love the forest in California. A lot of people think about California just as big cities. Think about Los Angeles and San Francisco and the beaches, but the Sierra Nevada mountain ranges are heaven on earth. I mean, it's just incredible. I mean, just look at these trees. I mean, it is absolutely incredible what this place is like. I grew up spending a lot of time going up into the mountains, going up hiking, going up camping. I was involved in Boy Scouts, and also just did a lot as a family, our whole family, then with my dad and brother, and then me and my brother Kenny have done so much outdoors, so much hiking, so much camping, and all that kind of stuff. So it's been a ton of fun. So anyway, this is absolutely gorgeous. And for me, there's something special about just getting out into nature. I think those are some geese. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not. Let's see. Well, I don't think you can see it on there, but they were flying over. But something about getting out into nature has just been the most powerful thing in the world to me. I feel so connected to myself. I feel so connected to God. I feel so connected to the world. I feel so connected to my goals, my aspirations, the things that I really want in life. And everything becomes so clear for me when I'm out in nature. It really is my absolute favorite thing in the world. It's just getting out into nature. I don't know. I mean, I just love adventure in general. I love life. I love adventure. I love getting out into, out into the mountains. I love going to the beach, but I love big cities too. I love the feeling of the energy that is in these big cities. It's in these big places. I love Los Angeles. I love New York City. You guys know I love theme parks and that kind of adventure and that kind of creativity. I love Disneyland. I love Knott's Berry Farm. I love random roadside attractions. I just love the energy of life. I think it's so cool how so many people are able to create these incredible things for people. It's just really amazing. And that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today. I wanted to talk about what I'm doing. What am I even doing with my life is the question. And it sounds like there's a problem, and actually it's really wonderful that I'm asking that question. It's really a great thing that I'm asking that question of what am I even doing with my life. And the reason why I made a post January 1st, it's called My Only New Year's Resolution is to give myself permission to be unapologetically me. Here, I'm gonna fix this real quick. There we go. So my only New Year's resolution is to be unapologetically me. So what the heck does that mean? What that means is, I think so many of us fit inside of some kind of box. Here, I'll put it that way so you guys can see behind me too. I'm not looking at the camera because, well, I'm hiking, so I don't want to fall. I gotta keep looking at the ground. So anyway, so many people live in a box. They live inside of a box of what they think they're supposed to be, what they think society tells them they're supposed to be, what the world tells them they're supposed to be, what they tell themselves they're supposed to be. And they live inside of these boxes and they act without thinking. They become in a trance. They don't think. They don't become creators. certainly not conscious creators. They are unconscious reactors, meaning all they are doing is reacting. They're just reacting. They're just reacting to what is going on around them. And that's it. That's the only thing that they're doing. They're reacting to their conditioning. They're reacting to what they have just grown up believing. They're reacting to what they think they're supposed to do. They're reacting to what society has told them they're supposed to do. And they're also just reacting that, hey, this is what life is. This is what's possible. This is what I'm capable of. And that's really it. And for me, I've had a big awakening recently. Yeah, I'm constantly focusing on my own personal development and becoming a better person. But for some reason, right on my birthday, and I've talked about this on this channel a lot, but on my birthday, November 11th, 2020, I feel like I woke up. It's not that I was asleep to everything, but I woke up at a different level. And I woke up that even though I had created a life, I'm so happy with my life. I'm so proud of the life that I've created, the business I've created, the career, the family, the relationships, the friends. But I realized I just woke up to another level. I woke up into another level. And this other level was, hey, you know what? Even though I've created some really awesome things with my career, with the Speakers, Authors, and Coaches Network, with my speaking career, with my coaching career, it's been so great. But I woke up and remembered all these other things that I've been just saying, I'll get to it next year. I'll get to it next year. And several years have gone by, and it's too long. It's too long of waiting till next year and waiting till next year. And I made this commitment to make this year, my 35th year on the planet, the best year yet, the best year I've experienced yet. And first and foremost, that was by applying the personal development principles that I've learned, that I teach, and that I know work, but we're not always consistent with. At least I know I'm not always consistent with. But I said, okay, I got to be consistent with this. I got to say, okay, this is it. I'm going to make this happen. I'm going to do this. I'm going to be consistent. And that's been with my morning routine. It's been with meditating every morning. I added the Wim Hof breathing method. Also with cold exposure, which has been really cool. By the way, it's like 39 degrees out right now. And here I am, short sleeves, out here. And yeah, it's not snow like when I'm in Idaho, but it's still pretty cold out. But with what I've been doing with cold exposure and the Wim Hof breathing, it has really made a difference and woke me up. Also, I do a lot of meditation. I do this thing called morning priming. It's a concept that Tony Robbins teaches. And I just have been spending my time every day implementing the things that I already knew were true and worked. And it's been really, really cool. By the way, just take a look at this. Let's go this way. Sometimes you look back, you just don't see as much, but wow, how incredible this is. This is really, really incredible. So I woke up. I started feeling even better at a whole nother level. Just feeling incredible. And when I say even better, and I keep saying like, well, I just want to be clear that it's not like my life wasn't bad. My life was wonderful. But sometimes I didn't appreciate it. And sometimes it was more that I didn't have the satisfaction. I was doing all the things, living a life that really was a dream, but I didn't have the satisfaction. And I came from focusing on gratitude, or what I'm doing now is focusing on gratitude, focusing on the good, focusing on what I have instead of what I don't. And for so long, I was focusing on the problems. 2020 was a crazy year. Obviously wasn't the year that I planned. I think for most people it wasn't the year that you planned either. And it just started to get to me with things being so different, things changing, things not working out the way that I wanted them to because everything closing down, didn't get the sense of adventure that I was used to, that I said I was gonna go do. Didn't get to do the live events, didn't get to do all that kind of stuff. And I woke up over the last couple weeks and said, enough is enough. There we go. Enough is enough, and it's time for me to stop focusing on things I can't control and only focus on the things that I can control. And when I focus on the things that I can control, well, I can do so much. I can do so much, and I'm realizing now's the time to say, this is it. This is my life, and I'm going to actually live my life mission. So I love what I do at the Speakers, Authors, and Coaches Network, where we have 10,000 members worldwide of our Facebook group. We have the Influencers Academy and the Influencers Mastermind training programs. And collectively, there's about 100 people in those programs. We used to do live events, but not doing those quite yet. Hopefully by the end of 2021, we're able to do live events. We do online events, virtual events, webinars, those kind of things. And we're making a huge impact by doing a ripple effect, which is so cool. Love that. I love what we get into. I love the content we get into. It's so great. And it's so great to know the impact that we're making as a ripple effect. It's a really cool thing that everyone's able to go out and to continue to help other people and spread positivity and make the world a better place. But I've always had this idea that when I started the Speakers, Authors, and Coaches Network, it was going to be for a period of time, and then I was going to go back to creating this concept that I had already created. The concept was based on a book that I wrote about 4 years ago, maybe even 5 years ago now, called Your Number One Goal. Your Number One Goal, which then there's a 1-day and a 3-day seminar with the same title, Your Number One Goal. And then also, this might sound crazy, but I'm so excited about it. I created this concept for a 5-day seminar called Climb Your Mountain. And Climb Your Mountain is all about climbing whatever your metaphorical mountain is, whatever that place is that you want to go, whether it's a goal that has to do with relationships or your business, or has to do with improving your health, has to do with writing that book or climbing that mountain, being the top person on your team, whatever it is, whatever that goal is that you have. I want to help you to be able to climb that mountain. And that's what Your Number One Goal is about. This Climb Your Mountain event, which is actually a 5-day event. I've already written out the entire thing. This is a transformational experience like none other. And think about this. It's a seminar meets summer camp. I said earlier, I was involved in Scouts growing up. My favorite part of Scouts was Scout Camp. And that's what this is. This is going to be a seminar meets summer camp. And right now, the tentative plans are to do the first one in this coming fall. Small group of people, 30 to 50 people, 5 days, out in an incredible camp environment. We'll be doing seminar stuff during the day. At night, we'll do campfires. Also, we'll have breaks where people will do hikes and do activities and that kind of thing. And it's going to be this incredible experience. So we'll do it. My plan is to do it twice a year. Once in the fall or winter in a warmer place like Sedona, Arizona. And then once in the summer in a place like Lake Tahoe or Park City, Utah. So that's the plan. And that's something I've been just holding back on for a long time. And I'm thrilled to be doing it now. I'm so excited to be doing it now. Oh, check this out. This is super cool. reverse view so you can see what I'm doing here. It's just cool. It had a lot of rain lately, so I just love going through the mud. Looking at, I'm guessing that this is going to be a waterfall at some point once, probably in the spring when you get the snow melting from up higher. Right now, we're just kind of going through this mud. Got some vines coming down here. This is like Indiana Jones stuff. This is pretty cool. Let's see. Tug on these. See how hard they're, yeah, that's like, that is, I mean, that's on there tight. That is cool. What a cool thing. Always liked in like Indiana Jones movies and stuff, seeing the vines that people would swing on and stuff, and to think how strong they are. It's I don't know, it's just so cool. So with what I said before, I'm going to be creating this entire seminar business. Your number one goal, 1-day experience. Your number one goal, 3-day seminar. And the Climb Your Mountain 5-day transformational camp seminar experience. And that's going to be so cool. I am so excited about that. That's a vision that I've had in my mind for years. And I finally just given myself permission to do it. And to say, here we go, let's do it. I'm making this happen. And it's such a cool thing that I'm doing. I think that this whole thing is going to be absolutely amazing. I've always looked at life this way. If there's something I want to do, I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to make it work and go out and do it. So I'm really excited about it. I love the personal development world. I love going to seminars and events. I spent so much time at Tony Robbins events and Jack Canfield events and countless others that have such a big impact on me. But at the same time, I've always thought about, what if I could take them and add one more element to them? And this element of something that I think is extremely fun, getting out into nature and having this kind of experience where I just feel so connected. I just feel incredible. I feel amazing. So that's a super cool thing that I am very, very excited about. So all of that is a big part of what it means to me to be unapologetically me. Also, what it means is throughout all of my work, it means taking my confidence to a whole nother level. If I tell you the truth, and this is kind of a tell-all, this is long, so who knows who's actually even going to watch this whole thing. But sometimes I downplay what I really know. I think a lot of that has to do with growing up, struggling in school. I didn't do very well in school. School was very hard for me. It was very challenging. I was considered dyslexic, and they have the title of learning disabled, which I think is just learning differences. In a special education program because of the struggles with reading. And because of that, I think I sometimes take a back seat with all the things that I know and with the way that I see the world. I am able to see the world and to see a challenge that someone has in a completely different way than most people are. I'm able to take something that is quite complex and to make it very simple, easy to understand, and most importantly, easy to follow. I'm really focused on action above anything else. I'm really good at helping people do that. So being unapologetically me also involves accepting that I really know what I'm talking about. And it might sound funny to say publicly, but it's a part of Best Year Ever. That's a part of being unapologetically me, is speaking the truth, talking about what's going on. And I believe that doing this will take me to the whole different level. Being unapologetically me and knowing that I am capable, knowing that I am able, knowing that I can do anything that I put my mind to. anything. Sometimes I downplay how much work I actually do because I work a ton. I work my tail off. And I'm not working my tail off because of some feeling of lack or scarcity. I work my tail off because I love it, because my passion is so strong. When I want something, I go out and get it. And I'm willing to put in the work. And sometimes I downplay that. But it's true. I work really hard. And I love the work that I do. But then at the same time, I play hard. And I love playing hard. It's one of my favorite things in the world. I love play. I love adventure. I mean, look, here I am out hiking this morning. I love getting out and having fun. I also love things that some people think are goofy. I'm obsessed with the Los Angeles Dodgers, with Disney parks, with Walt Disney, with roadside attractions, and with professional wrestling. Yeah, that's right. And I also love movies, love Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, things like that. I just find so much inspiration in these things and so much joy. So there's a big combination of things that I'm into and that I'm doing that all together make me. Also on top of that, there's a spiritual side, a religious side, a connection to God side. There's my family side. There's my side with my friends and my family and my connections and my relationships. And I think everyone has multiple sides to them. And I am truly happy-go-lucky, light, easy, fun. That side of me is so real. But part of being unapologetically me is also letting out that warrior side of me that sometimes for some reason I've hid in the past. Because there's a warrior side of me that you got to get out of the way and let him take over. Because he's able to do anything, push past anything, do anything. And that's a real side of me as well. And I just feel so free right now, allowing myself to be unapologetically me and saying, here we go. Let's go do this. Let's go make this happen. Because you know what? You got one life to live. Here, I'm going to stop for a second to share this. You got one life to live, and that's it. Time goes by. So who cares if something is normal or not? Who cares if it's the right choice or not? Who cares if you know the end of the path? All that matters is that you put forth the effort and take action. All that matters is that you're trying your best. All that matters is that you're doing the best that you can. And you're saying, okay, I don't know the answers. You don't know the answers. None of us know the answers. But if you try your best and be the best version of you, that's one thing I say to my speaker clients is stop spending so much time working on the speech. Spend more time on the speaker than you do on the speech. Improve yourself as a human. And for me, it doesn't matter what your goal is. Improve yourself as a human. Improve yourself as a person. Become the best version of you that you possibly can. Become that very best version of you and say, here we go. I'm going to go out and be my best. I'm going to go out and do my best. And I'm going to go out and do what I want to do. I'm going to live the life that I want to live instead of having this feeling inside of me of, well, I don't know. I mean, I'm not supposed to do this. Other people don't do this. That's not normal. So I'm not going to do it. No, forget about normal. Screw normal. Who cares about normal? Go out and live the life that you want to live. Say, this is me. This is who I want to be. And if there's someone who's saying, look, you can't do that because of this or this or that, then forget about them. If there's someone telling you that's not you, you're not that kind of person. What gives you the right to do that thing? What gives you the right to start that business? Who are you to write this book? Who are you to go out and run seminars? Who are you to start that thing, to do that thing, to go on that trip, to do whatever? Who are you to go and do that? My question is, Who are you to tell me that I can't? What gives you the permission to tell me what I can and can't do? Also, why on earth do you care? Why on earth do you care? Who cares? Just let it go and say, look, it's my responsibility. It's my job. It's all I want is to go out and do my very best. And for all of you, that is the place to go, to say, you know what? I'm just going to go and do my very best. I'm going to go and do what my heart says that I should do. I should go and do what my head says I should do. I should put those two things together. Those two things are very important. We need the head and we need the heart. Sometimes we vilify the head and say the heart knows everything. Not necessarily. We have the heart and the head together. Use those two sides of you. Use the multiple sides of you. We all have all sorts of personalities, all sorts of strengths. We all have all sorts of things inside of us that actually change what we are able to do, what we think. But everything you need is inside of you now. Everything you need is inside of you now. All you need is within you now. Repeat after me. All I need is within me now. All I need is within me now. All I need is within me now. Because it's true. All that you need is within you now. All the strength you need, all the courage you need, all the knowledge you need, everything you need. It's time to trust your intuition. Trust that intuition inside of you. Trust what's going on inside of you and go forward and do. Because you know more than you think you know. You're better than you think you are. You can do so much more than you think you can. You are better than you think you are. You can do more than you think you can. It is time to move forward and say, if this is what I want, I'm going to go and do it. And if I fail at it, great. At least I won't be with those cold and timid souls that neither know victory nor defeat. I'd rather know defeat without knowing victory than not know victory or defeat. That was from a great quote. A really fantastic quote by Teddy Roosevelt. It's called "The Man in the Arena." Go and read that quote. It's fantastic. But it's all about taking action and being willing to go into the arena, because it's not the critic who counts. It's not the man who points out those who stumble. It's not it. It's the one who's willing to go in. I'm obviously paraphrasing. I don't have this memorized, but it's the one who's willing to go in. It's the one who's willing to take the chance. It's the one who's willing to move forward. And if they fail, at least if they fail, they do so with bravery. They do so with courage. And their soul will never be counted with those cold and timid souls who neither knew victory nor defeat. Get in the arena. Take action. Move forward. Who cares if you don't see the end of the path? I mean, look at this path I'm on. If I'm going to put this out in a couple different places. One of them will just be this clip. But earlier on in this video, I talked about how this is a new trail I've never been on. I mean, I have a map, but I don't know what's at the end of this trail. I don't know how it's all going to work. I don't know all the details of this trail. I don't know the details of the trail, just like even if you're following someone, even if you read a book, even if you had a coach, even if whatever, you still don't know the end of the path because you've never done it before. And even if you do, you still don't know what's going to be there because it's a different day. So there's going to be different things. It's going to be different. There's nothing that is a sure thing. Nothing is a sure thing. Security is an illusion. Everyone talks about how we lost all of our security in the year of 2020. We lost all our certainty. No, it's not true. We lost our illusion of certainty. We lost our illusion of that security. We did not actually lose it because it was never there. Nothing is certain. Nothing is sure. So go forward, take action, live the life that you want to live. We have one life. We have one life here on this earth. So live that life. Be the very best that you can be. Go forward. Go forward, move forward, take action. And say, you know what, here we go. I'm going to take action. I'm going to move forward. If someone's holding you back, forget about them. Don't worry about it. If someone's telling you can't, well, forget about them. Move forward. Surround yourself around the people who actually support you. Surround yourself around the people who say, wow, this is great. You can do great things. Keep up the great work. Surround yourself with those people. And go out, believe in yourself, both head and heart together. Combine those things. Make wise decisions. And then move forward effortlessly, fearlessly. Say, here we go. I'm going to move forward and nothing's going to hold me back. When I say effortlessly, I don't mean that there's no effort, but I mean to say there's nothing holding me back. I'm going to move forward. I'm going to take action. I started moving forward, and that's actually backwards because that's not where I'm going. So I'm going to start walking again, but move forward. Move forward. Say, here we go. I'm going to move forward. I'm going to take action. When I say effortlessly, I mean it's not that big of a deal. Everyone makes things such a big deal. People make failure such a big deal. It's not a big deal. It's only a big deal because you're making it a big deal. It's only a big deal because you think it's a big deal. Take action. I can tell you, I look at many people that I've worked with as a coach, and I can tell you that the people who have success the easiest are the ones that it's not that big of a deal to. Hey, you know what? If it doesn't work out, I'll learn something and I'll be better. Those are the ones who it's so much easier for them to succeed. Where the ones who it's such a big deal, it's hard for them to even take action. It's hard for them to move forward. So I just had the camera off for a little while, just walking, just contemplating, moving forward. And something just happened that I want to share that I think is so applicable to what I was saying about letting things be easy, as in they're not a big deal. No big deals. Well, I got a map here, and there was 2 trails a little while ago, and I thought the map was saying the trail that forked off to the left. But as I kept going, I realized that, no, I don't think this is right. I took a look at the map, looked at it a little more carefully, and I'm 99% sure that I'm on the wrong path. So now I'm turning around and I'm going back onto that path. I'm going back to where that path is, and I'm going to take the other way. But what a lot of people do when it comes to their goals is they go and they do the path, they take a wrong turn, and they figure out that they went the wrong way, and they went, oh man, this sucks. This is terrible. Forget it. I'm just going to quit and go home. Now, it's easy when it's something like a hike, because you know what? I was only a few minutes up this path, so it's not a big deal. But I think some people would go, forget about it. I went the wrong way, so I'm just not going to do it. But when it comes to people's goals, people are so harsh with themselves. They just won't forgive themselves. They're just so harsh and so mean to themselves, and they think that the answer is being more of a drill sergeant. And it's not. The answer is having compassion for yourself. The answer is saying, hey, you know what? It's okay. I've never been here before. I was following the map to the best of my ability, and it was the wrong path. No big deal. I'm going to go back and get back on the right path. And that's it. For your goal, whether you are, it's a health and fitness goal, and you had a day where you ate junk food, well, it's all right. Go back and get back on the right path. Whether it's a business goal, maybe something didn't turn out the way that you wanted it to turn out, and you realize, well, I kind of went down that wrong path. That's okay. Don't worry about it. You can fix things. It's not a big deal. And here we go. Now I'm back on the right path right here. So now I'm going on the right path. So that path that way was the wrong one. This path this way is the right one. So it's just not a big deal. Maybe you have a goal with your relationship and maybe you said the wrong thing. What's going to make that relationship worse is then if you beat yourself up because you were trying and you said the wrong thing. Or maybe you weren't trying at the time. Maybe you thought you were trying. And what you learned from it is, well, when it really comes down to it, I need to make sure that I get adequate sleep, I move my body, I get good food into my system because I'm cranky and say things I don't mean. I don't know. Whatever it is, it's when we make things such a big deal and we beat ourselves up about it, that is when things get hard. And more importantly, that is when people quit. That is when people quit, they turn around, they give up. It's not that big of a deal. Don't make it such a big deal. Go down the wrong path, turn around, get back on the right one. That simple. So I've been walking about 30 minutes, just going back to thinking, going back to contemplating. and doing some gratitude meditation, walking meditation, obviously. Got my eyes open and that kind of thing. I was just appreciating the beauty of everything around me. I mean, this is just gorgeous. I mean, just take a look at all of this. Just kind of do a slow turn around. I mean, it's unbelievable. I love it. And this is just here for us to experience. I love it. It's absolutely incredible. So I wanted to talk a little bit more about what the future is of this YouTube channel. So the future of this YouTube channel is I'm kind of doing things that aren't necessarily the traditional way. The traditional way in our business and the personal development, speaking, kind of influencer business is that you choose a niche and you stay in your lane. So who do you speak to? Who do you talk to? And what do you talk to them about? And I teach that stuff. And I teach that stuff because it works. It's the quickest way to monetization. Hold on one sec. I got to figure out where I'm going. We have a fork in the road. Let me take a look at my map. All right, now I got to figure it out. So what I was saying is that's like the traditional way of doing things. And honestly, one of the things that's held me back with YouTube, this is all about me being unapologetically me. So when it comes to Speakers, Authors, and Coaches Network, it's so clear what that is and what that business is. With the Mountaintop Motivation seminar business, it's very clear on what that is. That's the number one goal seminar, plus the Climb Your Mountain seminar, and any other general personal development products and services, all focused on helping people reach any goal of any size. But this YouTube channel, really when it comes down to it, the reason why it is all over the place and it's going to continue to be all over the place is because, yeah, it's a part of my business, but really this is a passion project is what it really is. What it really is my passion project. It's something that makes me feel alive. And I've been wanting to do this for at least a year. In fact, a year ago, I got real ambitious and started doing the Mountaintop Motivation series. And then everything changed in March and I wasn't able to go the places that I was going before. I wasn't able to do those kind of things. And so I stopped and I just kind of went, okay, I'll push pause on this and come back to it later. But now I've decided enough is enough, and here I am, and here I'm doing this. And so this YouTube channel is going to be all over the place. And so some days it's going to be content that's based out of the Speakers, Authors, and Coaches Network. Business training. I have a series coming up where I've interviewed a bunch of people, 6 and 7 figure entrepreneurs about their first 6-figure year. So that's a really exciting thing coming up. But then also I want to do more of these kind of things where we're going on adventures, on trails. Right now I'm talking, and I know a lot of this is inspirational. A lot of it's just kind of speaking my thoughts as well. But sometimes we're going to go on adventures just to go on the adventure. That's it. It's just for the purpose of going on the adventure and nothing else. Sometimes we're going to go and see monuments and roadside attractions and theme parks and that kind of thing. And sometimes it's going to be, I'm going to tie in something personal development or inspirational or motivational. Sometimes we're just going to do it because I like it. Sometimes I'm going to go and I'll just talk to people that I find interesting. Sometimes I'll be training specific how-tos. Really, when it comes down to it, my purpose in life is to create magical experiences for myself and others. And to me, this is what life's about. This is what life's about. This is the magic. So 2021, what 2021 is about to me. Number one, it's 3 things. And so first, since I just talked about it, the YouTube series is one thing. I'm very excited about what happens there, and we'll see what ends up going from there. I'd love it if it becomes something where there's a large audience for it, but it's not something that's the reason why I'm doing it. This is something that's filling my soul. Number 2 is scaling the Speakers, Authors, and Coaches Network to a whole different level. Those of you who are in that network, I can tell you what we're doing is absolutely incredible. We're scaling to a whole different level. We have an incredible team, and I'm so excited for what is coming up with the Speakers, Authors, and Coaches Network. And then thirdly, launching the Mountaintop Motivation Seminar Series. Your number one goal, climb your mountain. Some other different digital products and services as well. So I'm so excited about that. That is what 2021 is about. So we got about, I know I'm about 4 miles in to a 6 mile hike. So I'm going to get back to the hike. I'm going to focus on that for a little bit. Probably, if I have some thoughts on those kind of things, maybe I'll pop in another time or two. But if not, I'll come back at the end of the trail, let you know my thoughts on this trail. And thanks for listening, everyone who's been following along. I appreciate it. I hope that you've enjoyed this, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Just wanted to show you some more of the beauty of this trail. So just got to cross over this little creek. Pretty cool stuff. I love this little stuff. I love crossing any kind of river. But just this little creek like this, it's just a lot of fun. I mean, it's just so beautiful. The sound is so peaceful. It's so quiet here. And nothing but the water. It's really incredible. Yeah, I know I said that we'd see you at the end of the trail, but it's just a few minutes later. And I just had a thought that I didn't share there. I talked about what 2021 is about, and I shared those 3 things. That's what 2021 is about professionally. That's what 2021 is about professionally. Personally, 2021 is about making this the best year ever. The best year I've ever experienced. And that's about implementing the personal development things that I've learned over the last 15 years, that I've been teaching over the last decade, and that I know are true and I know are real. And just taking my life to the absolute next level with my health and fitness, with my mindset, with my mental and emotional state, with my relationships, everything, with my fun, with my joy, experiencing, with my fulfillment. It's easy to talk about success. Tony Robbins calls it the science of success and the art of fulfillment. So the 3 things I mentioned before, even though, yeah, they do include a lot, like my YouTube channel includes so much of this, but I just wanted to iterate that I'm also talking about fulfillment. And this year, it's so easy to get stressed or to get anxious about things. And really, when it comes down to it, the antonym of stress is not happiness. It's not joy. The antonym of stress, in my mind anyway, is presence. Presence is the antonym of stress. And so what that means is when you have presence, you cannot feel stress. You cannot feel fear. You cannot feel any of that. Nelson Mandela talked about when he was in jail that he was not in prison when he was living in the present. When he was in the past, he was living in prison. When he was living in the future, he was in prison. But when he was in the present moment, he was not in prison. He was just in a room where the door happened to be locked. And when you think about that, you go, wow, I can deal with anything. I can do anything. I can deal with anything. If I stay present right now, I can handle anything. So that was a bigger part of it for this year. This is the best year I've experienced yet. And I can say just in the about 2 months that I've been doing this project, it's really incredible what it's done. The biggest reason why I'm actually documenting this whole thing is because it makes me stick with it. It makes me stick with it. It makes me actually do it. And that's a huge thing. So it's all about just being the best version of myself. So the most important thing, and so those are multiple things that I'm talking about, but really it's about being unapologetically me. It's about giving myself permission to have all the success that I want to have. It's about giving myself permission to have the ambition that I do have. It's about giving myself success, giving myself permission to not downplay things that I've done. It's about giving myself permission to be vulnerable. It's about giving myself permission to speak my truth, talk about what matters to me, do things that I want to do, even if they don't always make business sense. It's about giving myself permission to not take myself so seriously. It's about giving myself permission to have more fun, have more joy. Most importantly, be present and have fulfillment in this moment. So I'm going to get back to the trail. It's so gorgeous, so incredible. Here, take a look this way. Get back to this awesome trail, and I'll see you guys towards the end. Bye. Just had to show you this quickly show you this view. This is absolutely incredible. What a view. There's rocks here. And looking over, we got a river down there. I think that's the American River. I'm not actually sure, but really, really incredible. You can see it right, let's see, right there is where the river is. Really incredible. And then look, just amazing view, incredible view looking over. Super, super cool. All right, I'm on my way out. I'm within half a mile of getting back to my car. This is supposed to be a 6-mile loop, but there's a couple parts in the trail that were a little bit hard to find. So I ended up doing closer to 9 miles. So it was quite a day. It was a great workout, really exciting. And to me, that was a lot of fun. And so, yeah, I had a blast. One thing I wanted to share is at the end, you know, I'm a motivational speaker at heart, and that's always what I'll be. So even as I'm just doing this trail, what am I thinking right now is, wow, this is an uphill. The end, you know, for some reason on camera, it doesn't do it justice. This is quite steep. It doesn't look that steep on the camera, but it really is quite steep. I'm huffing and puffing going up here. What I was thinking is, oftentimes when you're working on reaching a goal, the last little bit is the hardest. In fact, this has been the hardest for the whole time. It's not like this is a super strenuous hike. It's just the last little bit, going straight up to get out of here, has been the most challenging. When I was coming down at the beginning of the video, I was able to talk easily because I was going downhill. It didn't take a lot of lung capacity to do. So now getting out of here, this is what this is like, is going uphill. But I can certainly say that oftentimes the last stretch of a goal is the hardest. It's the hardest sometimes because it actually is uphill. Sometimes it's because it's not so much about how uphill it is. It's just, you just got to keep going and keep going. And it's easy to want to give up, or it's easy to want to move on to the next thing or go to the next phase. Yeah, it doesn't look it on the camera, but it's quite steep. It's easy to want to go to the next phase, whatever it is, but just keep going and keep going and keep going. Anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that you enjoyed watching along with me. Thanks so much for coming along, especially those of you who are still watching at this point. And yeah, just, I'm being unapologetically me. I'm giving myself permission to do that. I encourage you to do the same. Give yourself permission to be unapologetically you. Give yourself that permission. Go out and be your best. Do your best. Be the best version of you that you can be. Just keep moving forward. Let go of cynicism. Don't do it. It's ugly. It's destructive. It's the worst thing that you can do for yourself. Be positive and keep moving forward, and keep moving forward. You're going to see great things come forward. So thanks so much for watching this. This is Jake Ballentine with Mountaintop Motivation and Mountaintop Adventures, and I will see you at the top. All right, I finished the hike. I realized that I just made that video signing off, and I wasn't at the end yet. Didn't want people to wonder if I made it, though it'd be obvious that I did because I uploaded it somehow, but you never know. So I made it. I see my car right now, about to get in and go have a fantastic day. It's been a wonderful way to start the day. Life is good. Life is beautiful. There's so much to be grateful for. Go out and have an adventure every day, because there's so much adventure to go find. I sound like the guy from Up. Adventure is out there, because it is. Adventure is out there. Go and find it. You go find adventure in your life every day. Bye.